My next speaker is Rubab Mehdi, who is the former European Coordinator of Human Rights.
Really pleased to be the former European Coordinator of Human Rights sitting next to Mustafa Kazri, and I'm glad that I do not have to answer any of the points raised by Al-Nisri. So, I mean, for a change, because one of the toughest 20 minutes of my time as the spokeswoman for Ministry of Human Rights was my time spent with Amnesty International. They're doing a wonderful job. Lord Eric, many thanks for hosting this. And Syed Yusuf said something invaluable, that today whatever we have with us is beyond institutions. We have a spokesperson from MCB. We have Honorable Syed Ali Raza with us, who's representing Majlis-e-Ulama. We have Minhajul Quran with us. We have all these institutions. We have Alama Nasir Beg, who's an asset representing the Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat. So we have all these different institutions, Shia, Sunni, and all these institutions. We are together as one today to condemn this barbaric incident and these wild crimes against humanity that are taking place today. People are talking about army taking over Quetta for the protection, because it is seen as one of the functional institutions in the country. But my question is, God forbid, what if the army fails? What's next? The Hazara community is one of the most patriotic community, and the Shia community in Pakistan has and is an asset. The doctor who was killed in Lahore, he was an asset. Because of him, so many doctors have would be considering leaving the country or fleeing or persecuting. I mean, we basically do not want a brain drain in the country. We do not want the country to break up. So which is why this is the time to look back, take a step back and look at the other institutions which have failed. Shia cleansing has to be stopped at an institutional level. My brother Ali Rizvi raised a very important point regarding journalism. My brother Ahmed Ali Sayed is here, and I apologize if Myra is here as well, and all my other journalist friends will agree that in 1978 we had 239 accredited journalists in Islamabad, out of which 99 were Shia. Now in 2013 we have 1,221 journalists who are accredited, out of which only 76 are Shia. So do you see the difference in numbers? That when you had 239 journalists which were accredited, you had 99 who were Shia in 1978, and in 2013, 1,221 journalists, out of which only 76 are Shia. Then when it comes to Hajj, let's consider because as many are aware, in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca, nobody who's a non-Muslim is allowed to enter, and at this time where people are declaring Shias as kafirs openly, and there's anti-hate, there's a lot of incitement towards hatred. One of the biggest arguments that the Shia community has is that they do the Hajj, there's no problem with that, but now alarmingly in the Hajj tour operators, 700 Hajj tours operators exist, out of which only 39 are Shia, which is again an alarming figure. Now coming back to the madrasas, and you see very quickly, I know I'm like blurting everything out, but obviously because of the time limit, very quickly the point of the madrasas has been raised. In the madrasas, the population wise, but the Barelvis are, or Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat, I will not use the word Barelvis. Yes. 55% Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat, we have to reclaim the word Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat. 55% of Ahl Sunnat, only 16% madrasas belong to the Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat. The Deobandis are only 15% of the entire population, and they have 71% of the madrasas. And now the Shias are 20% of the population, and they have only 5% of the madrasas. And these madrasas are increasing with the money of the zakat that is being raised. And out of the 22,000 madrasas that have flourished left, right and center, 11,000 have been declared as sensitive. So it is very important to consider, and institutionally also I do welcome the recent suo motu action taken by the Chief Justice regarding Quetta. But a lot needs to be done regarding legislature. There are pamphlets, and I have one right in my hand giving a kufr fatwa on the Shia and declaring us as apostates. We need legislature, we need to be legislating in the parliament We need to be enforcing the anti-hate laws. We need to be enforcing the laws that are inciting hatred against the Shias, and this distribution of pamphlets that are declaring them as apostates and as infidels. Around 21,000 Shias have been murdered for their religion, have been killed for their religion, and as Lord Eric rightly said, this is genocide, and this is genocide because there is no retaliation from the Shia side. There is absolutely no... one thing that I would like to request my brothers and sisters in the media also is that Shias are by no definition a minority in Pakistan. You can verify the figures from the banks. This is another debate that can be taken on. One of the key objectives of Sipai Sahaba and Lashkar-e-Jhangvi is for the Shias to be declared a minority, for the Shias to be declared non-Muslims. Shias are by no definition close to being a minority in Pakistan, and what we need to do today is, just summing up, my only question is that how can a truck full of explosives check various points of security? Is this sloppy intelligence or is it deliberate neglect? This is something that we need to be considering. And there's lots of talks about sovereignty. I myself consider myself an earthling. I think that the Chief Minister, the Prime Minister, the President, they need to have an urgent meeting with the intelligence chiefs, and those who are at task should be arrested. There should be military action against Lashkar-e-Jhangvi and all those who have claimed responsibility. And as earthlings, the people are talking about universal citizenship, global citizenship. It is our responsibility to protect our fellow human beings. And I'm with Lord Avebury if he would like to forward our complaints and the figures to the UN Rapporteur of Human Rights. Thank you very much.
I hope that the meeting will agree that we should collect all the recommendations that have been made by the speakers at this meeting, and we should forward them both to the Pakistani authorities and to the relevant agencies in the United Nations, particularly to the UN Rapporteur on extrajudicial executions, who, as far as I'm aware, hasn't paid attention to this enormous problem. So with your approval, we will aim to collect all these recommendations at the end of the meeting, and, as you say, to forward them to those authorities who are capable of doing something about them.